Joining us now is one of the Democratic state's representatives currently in D.C., Representative Jasmine Crockett. Representative Crockett, thank you for being with us tonight. Let me ask you about Texas and voting. Texas is one of the hardest states in which to vote. They simply don't make something easy that we should make easy. Texas has no examples of widespread voter fraud. Texas has virtually zero examples of any voter fraud. And the very things that this legislation is meant to pull back on, 24-hour voting, drive-through voting, helping people get to the polls, none of them are at all connected to any instances of voter fraud in Texas. In other words, there is no argument that if you take away drive-through voting, you take away 24-hour voting, fraud in Texas elections will decrease.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, but you're trying to apply logic, right? I determined that there is no logic in the legislature, at least the Texas legislature. This is all about a power grab. You know, that's what people need to understand. They need to understand the full context of what's going on. Texas already makes it harder than every other state to vote. We simply say we want nice things in Texas, too, right? When we look at the majority of states, 36 states, plus D.C. have online voter registration. We had a number of bills that were filed this session saying, hey, give us online voter registration, which has nothing to do with fraud whatsoever, right? We're talking about the registration process. And guess what? We couldn't get a hearing on something as simple as voter registration being online. We also deal with, in Texas, them saying, hey, you know what? We're going to expand the number of hours that you can vote. Really, what happens in our code and most codes is that there is a minimum standard that's developed within the code that says, hey, you have to have at least this many hours. Well, what happened is we had a millennial who was in control of the elections during a pandemic, who thought outside the box. He expanded the hours. So some people say, well, we don't have 24-hour voting, so why is Texas so upset? Well, most states don't set a maximum. And Texas is trying to tell everyone else in the country, if you don't have a maximum, you need to make sure that you do that. But just like I tell people all the time, you may not have 24-hour restaurants when you go to a small town. But when you go to the big cities, you're going to have restaurants that are open 24 hours a day. And if you can go and grab McDonald's 24 hours a day, I don't know why it's so problematic for you to be able to vote 24 hours a day if your elections administrator feels as if there's the need and the money is there to make it happen.
Representative Crockett, have you ever been arrested?
I have not.
Are you prepared to be arrested? Because you may be very shortly.
I'm prepared to do whatever is required. You know, I am only the 22nd black woman ever elected in the Texas House. The first ever elected black woman is actually here with us, Synfronia Thompson. And so when we look at the numbers, and I know the sacrifice that someone like Synfronia has made throughout the years to pave the way for somebody like me, there are plenty of people that died, that fought, that were beat. The least that I could do is give everything that I've got because I was elected to serve the people of House District 100. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Whatever the sacrifice may be, it pales in comparison to what those that came before me were actually willing to do. I'm doing my part so that little girls like the little one that showed up to my office this week, the 4-year-old child whose mother brought her in, doesn't have to keep fighting this fight. It's ridiculous that John Lewis is dead right now, yet we're still fighting for the very things that he was fighting for when he was in his 20s.
You'd be proud of the good trouble that you and your colleagues are getting into. Texas State Representative Jasmine Crockett, thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you so much.